Alright, we are back to the KCM Race Survival Wars. This is Season 4, Week 1. And our next game is going to be Best versus sKyHigh on Neo Aztec. So, I talk about Neo Aztec quite a bit as a three-player map. It opens up a lot of weird counterattacks. You end up doing you end up seeing a lot of really weird strategies coming out on this map. Since we will be seeing a PvT, there is lots of potential for crazy stuff to come out, lots of drop play, lots of potential carrier play as well. This is a decent carrier map. So, really, the sky is the limit. The limits, like, basically all the options that Terran can do on this map, just absolutely sKyHigh. And we'll have to see if the best option here is to go for a Reaver drop for best start out, or if he's going to be going for something a little bit more standard. So far, we're seeing a little bit of a stranger build. It's going to be a Pylon at the natural for best. Looks like he's going to be doing some early gateway pressure with some Zealots, trying to put pressure on his opponent and prevent a lot of early Marines from getting out on the map. It's a little bit interesting to see, but it definitely shows that Best is looking to go for a very fast expansion behind this, maybe even gasless to follow up, just to put some pressure on his opponent and start forcing out a lot of Marines. Maybe he can even actually cause enough mistakes to force his opponent to screw up and make a lot of positional errors and lose a lot of Marines early on. So it is going to be the barracks first coming out from... Well, not the barracks first, but the barracks is going to be coming out from sKyHigh right now. He's also going to be scouting maybe in the right direction, seeing what his opponent's up to. So far, both players getting pretty good information on their opponents, and there's the gas coming out from sKyHigh. Not surprised to see a factory opening instead of the gasless expansion here. We'll have to see if Best decides to go for that gas and do any sort of gas pressure. If this is going to be a full expand off of no gas, it makes a lot of sense to go for a gasless expansion here, but you do end up spending a little bit of extra money into early pylons because those early zealots are very supply costly. So the first Marine is going to be coming out, hopefully a supply depot coming next to that barracks to help wall off there against the zealots, because Marines can fit in between the supply depot and the barracks, but the zealot cannot. I apologize, guys. I'm still trying to warm up my voice a little bit today. It's a little bit raw, so hopefully I'm not speaking too badly. And here comes the factory coming down. I expect to see a very fast vulture to help deal with these zealots. The zealots are definitely a pain to actually deal with, but this very nice wall off here is going to work nicely for sKyHigh, allow him to brush off this pressure very early on without too much difficulty. Like that he also has the SEV over there by his Marines. Basically allows him to screen a little bit for the Marines if he absolutely needs to. But Zealots are actually going to be trying to run around right now, and this is a little bit interesting. Wow, actually really good job trapping all of these Marines. And wow, such good micro coming out from Best so far. This is absolutely stupendous. And he's going to be able to kill off all these Marines, I think. One Marine's still desperately running for his life, trying to get in between here, but the probe is going to finish it off. And this is disastrous for sKyHigh. Hopefully that Vulture will get out pretty soon, but with how many Zealots are moving out across the map, this is pretty difficult to deal with even with just one Vulture. The micro from sKyHigh is going to have to be absolutely perfect. So, good thing that is out now. He's going to try to free up his one Marine to go ahead and get that moving out. Luckily, he does kill off the first Zealot. Will he be able to kill off the second? Good cutting so far. Good micro. He's going to be able to actually push this back. First Dragoon is coming out across the map, though, and that is also going to cause some problems. Dragoons still very good against this particular composition, and it's difficult to really push them back until you have a tank. Luckily, there are quite a few Marines out now as well, so they should be able to start pushing this back pretty nicely. The micro so far from this Vulture has been pretty good, but losing quite a bit in the process. He's going to be able to whittle down the shields on this Dragoon and push it back for now, but more units will be coming in very shortly. And here's the expansion coming down from Best. So Best doing a really good job of just making very smart positional decisions and getting around on top of those Marines, killing them off very nicely. So that was a pretty fantastic push overall. The first tank is out though, so now sKyHigh should be pretty much safe from anything his opponent can throw at him. Right now we're just going to see what sort of tech is going to be coming out from Best next. Is it going to be those Reaver drops? Is it going to be something crazy like Dark Templar drops? Probably not, since we don't see the Citadel of Adun. But you never really know. There's lots of different things that Protoss can do at this particular junction. Meanwhile, more and more units pouring out from sKyHigh. It looks like he actually might go for sort of a double fake push with 2 tanks of Vulture and Marines. I wonder if he has the Spider Mines out yet, or if he is just researching siege tech. Either way, this is going to be a very strong push, and with very few Dragoons out, it's going to take some really good micro from Best in order to actually kill off these Marines, or at least whittle them down before they actually get to his natural. Doing a pretty good job so far of checking that small choke, then coming down here to the larger ramp, making sure that he can kite stuff back over here. So far, the micro has been pretty good. Wow, he kills off a tank for free, so that is pretty much solid play from Best. He's going to be in good shape from here on out. He does lose one of his Dragoons in the process, which is a little bit unfortunate, but he might be able to... No, he's not able to snipe the second tank, unfortunately, but he kills off this entire group of Marines pretty nicely. One Vulture coming in here trying to get some scouting information, but unfortunately it's not going to happen. The probe block very excellent coming out from Best. Best just doing everything almost perfectly here, and you can see it in the supplies. He's taken a 10 supply lead at this point in the game. Going ahead and getting his observer out so he can clear up any spider mines that come out across the map. And we'll see if he goes into Reaver drops to follow up, or if he's just going to go into a faster base, knowing that he did a lot of damage to his opponent's army.
기세가 넘어간 게 도지혁 선수가 선택할 수 있는 폭이 너무 많습니다. 셔틀을 찍어서 정면 압박을 가도 되고요. 지금처럼 트리플을 먹어도 되고. 그러니까
small counterattack coming out here, trying to push his opponent back into the base. There's only one tank, but with siege tech, that's easily going to be able to push this back. Not a big deal at all. Another Vulture run by tries to get in, but it's not going to happen. And the probe blocks again are very, very good. Being able to block off that main from being breached is a definite big point of contention here, so really cool to see. And wow, these Dragoons are actually going to be trying to go in, get on top of that tank, but it's not to be. The SCVs are doing a really good job of blocking. And for right now, Best is going to be pushed back, but with a new wave of Dragoons, there might be a chance that Best goes in yet again to try to snipe that tank. We'll have to see what his plan is coming up in the near future. But with that third base coming out, his economy is going to boom very, very quickly. He's going to get right on top of these tanks. One of the tanks is going to be going out. He's going to be able to get on top of the second tank. The master pair is really strong. Is it going to be enough to out-damage these Dragoons? No, it is not. And all the tanks are down. This high ground area has been breached. This is very, very obnoxious to deal with. I always talk about on this particular map, because of the low ground mains, you end up in a lot of trouble if your opponent is able to take the high ground, because it's very hard to actually push this back. It's going to force Sky to start leapfrogging a lot of his units over there, trying to get some positioning, some of the control back over his natural, but with only one tank coming out at a time, it's going to be a while before he actually gets to that point. A little bit confusing why sKyHigh hasn't bothered to lift off this barracks so far, but I guess he's really worried about the potential of these Dragoons running in and trying to snipe another tank. This is doing so much economic damage to sKyHigh, though. Having to pull all of these SCVs to try to repair is really taxing on his economy, which has already taken quite a few hits in terms of just unit production being taken down. Their base now is established for Best. He's going to be getting up that Templar tech as well and going into very strong late game with Arbiters and lots of gateway units, so we're going to be seeing that very shortly. There's the Arbiter Tribune. going down, and we'll be seeing the Arbiters pretty shortly. We have to really wonder, when is the big gateway explosion coming out for Best? Best has so far gotten away with quite a bit that he really shouldn't be able to because of this contain. He's got a free third base behind this, no cannons, not even a wall off to deal with any sort of vulture pressure, and it's just because he has all this pressure over here by the natural. It's so difficult for Terran to actually deal with this, and wow, we do actually see a Dark Templar. This might be a Dark Templar drop in the main. Looking forward to seeing how this turns out. But finally, the contain has been broken, and 3 Dark Templar out of the map. They're going to be going over here towards the the natural base. We'll have to see what happens. And behind this, even greedier. Best just showing that he's in such a fantastic position. He's just going to take a 4th behind it as well. Instead of going for the early gateway explosion, he just takes the 4th behind it. He's not worried about getting his gateways up and getting a ton of units out at this particular moment in time. He's just going to take his time. And there are no missile turrets anywhere, so this first DT is going to start whittling away at these tanks. And really just looking for a lot of scans to come out from his opponent. As soon as he scans in the main, or he's just going to pick up the DTs and move them back. And dropping on top of these tanks now with the DTs, very nicely done. Wastes another scan, and this is really, really horrible for sKyHigh. He's spitting scans and scans and scans. He doesn't have the eBay, he doesn't have the missile turrets, and eventually this pressure will break him down. There's the GG. He doesn't have anything left. Well played by Best. This is very smart tech decisions.